Movie Variant Showdown. Each and every week, I choose a different representative of a movie property, whether it be a movie case cover, a movie character, a movie, or a movie poster, and I put it up against other variants of that property, of that representative, to find out which is the winner of Movie Variant Showdown. And on this week's edition of movie variant showdown. I'm getting tongue tied there, I'm getting excited. I am looking at the different variants of the original Star Wars A New Hope movie and the actual posters of that movie. So I've got 3 different posters I'm going to look at today, movie posters, and I'm going to judge which one I think is the best. So let's start off with the very first poster, ladies and gents. Well, the first poster is this one here. It's got like a white trim around this and a white bottom where all the cast and the production crew is written in. And this is a very iconic poster. So you got Luke kind of like with the lightsaber pointing in the air, and then you got Leia, and then you got like the backdrop of, you've got Darth Vader's face here. I remember having this on one of the VHS covers growing up. I remember this one. It may have been a slight variation on this cover, but I do think this is a pretty epic cover. It looks kind of like a cartoony kind of like Ten Commandments style of cover. I think it looks amazing, and it just looks super. I mean, if you're going into a cinema and you've never seen this, and when it's coming out, this movie originally, and you see this, obviously, and what is really noticeable here, obviously, Star Wars in this blue text here is very different from the text we see now for Star Wars, but also a big difference here. A New Hope is not actually mentioned in this. Originally, the movie was just titled Star Wars. It wasn't titled A New Hope. It was obviously later titled that. But I really like this cover. I think it just looks epic. It looks entertaining. It looks engaging. It looks like, wow, that is a movie I want to see. If I see this at the cinema, I'm like, yes, that is amazing. I do like that one. Let's have a look at the second cover now. So the second cover features very much a lot of the central cast and characters of this movie. You've got Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader. They're all very much in the same proportion here. And this one is, again, it's a very famous cover. I think a lot of people will know this one. You've got Death Star in the background as well. You've got very much a lot of blue. It looks like it's like they're all standing in space here in this cover, and it's like a lot of blues, a lot of blacks. You've got the orange in the background towards near Vader. What is really interesting as well, Darth Vader's lightsaber is kind of like orange here. I don't know why they did that. Maybe, and it's like a sword more. If you look at that, it looks like more like a sword rather than a lightsaber. I'm just thinking whether this was done maybe before the movie was fully done. Maybe they didn't realize what the movie was going to be visually. Again, the text is in that blue, very different font from the yellow Star Wars text we see now. You've got that white trim going around it again. I do like this one. I think it's really a great cover. It's cool that it features all of the cast. What wins it for me though? First of all, we got the first 2 covers, 1 or 2. I think so far, I will say, even though I love the first cover, I think the second one, just the fact that it shows more characters in this, and it just looks, you see a lot of guns firing and lasers and swords. I think it just gives you a bit more of an insight of what Star Wars is. It's a lot of battles. So I'm going to go with cover 2, this one first. This poster is probably my favourite so far. But let's look at the final poster, the final movie poster today for Star Wars A New Hope. And this one does feature Star Wars A New Hope. I don't know if this was kind of a re-release cover. I'm not too sure on when these posters were released, whether this was a re-release. But this one I think this may have actually been one for they used on later releases on DVDs or VHS anyway. I know there was a lot of VHS variants back in the day. But this one, it's got, you got Luke, Leia, Han. They're very much just the faces, a bit more enlarged than the previous cover. You got Obi-Wan. You got a few of the X-Wings in there as well. And we got the classic Star Wars text. I think that's a telling sign and the title of A New Hope, that this was probably a later cover, a later poster. But you've got Star Wars in the classic text, in the kind of like a yellowy gold colour, and you've got a lot of yellow and gold in this, in the central area where the characters are, the main characters, and the faces are very much got that orange gold tint to it, and then it goes into like a backdrop of space with like them blues and black colours. I like this cover as well. I think they're all excellent posters. I think they're all fantastic, well-made posters. So what is the winner of this week's movie variant showdown, though, ladies and gents? That's the question. Well, I will say I'm going to go for the second poster of today's show. The second poster for me is the fact that it features the ensemble cast. You've got the lightsabers, you've got the laser weapons going off as well. You've got ships, you've got the Death Star, you've got Vader, you've got everything in here. I feel like this one really is like a classic poster for Star Wars. I do like that original style of text as well for Star Wars. I think it's so different. I hope they use that more in future movies in posters. I really do like that text, but I like the colours. I like the contrast of colours and the contrast of different characters featured in this. So for today's movie variant showdown, this poster wins it out of the 3 different variants.